Welcome, everybody, to the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And, folks, as always,
it's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse magazine. I got my Cuban links on.
Yes, Cuban B.
Now I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oaklawn.
I'd rather be trapped than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what pays me.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves eat good.
Yes. Welcome to the show. Joining me as always, you might know him as the Michelangelo of the crime, Michael Jordan. He's your favorite capper's favorite capper. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry the Sniper Spears.
You know how we do. Rockefeller. Forever. You can catch me skating through your town, putting it down. Y'all relating, no waiting. I'll make your block infrared hot. I'm like Satan.
Barry, what's good?
Not much, man. What's going on? It's a winning Monday for my man, Wolfie. W's all over the place.
This guy, yeah, we managed to connect on. It took literally up until the last two races of the week for us to cash last week, but we managed to go another week with winning tickets, and we turned your $100 into $445 if you tailed me with the daily double and the exacta between the Fairgrounds Oaks and the Louisiana Derby. I think I had this question for Barry, and I think the deal might be that since you've started as like the permanent co-host, permanently on the show, I think that's the record for $100 show, but I'm pretty certain you put up like $680 one time.
Maybe before, yeah, I think so. Before I was a co-host, yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, I want to say it was Grand Sonata at Kentucky Downs.
Probably because that was a big one.
Yeah.
I singled that horse and then a $20 win bet on that horse too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was 320 right there. So I'm sure it was close.
Yeah. So we'll I don't know. Well,
notice how I know the exact amount.
Yeah.
What
it's pretty impressive. Your memory never ceases to amaze me, quite honestly. But Barry, it's another great week of the Notorious OTB. We plan on cashing more this week. It's a high holiday for myself as we are at Arkansas Derby week, and we'll have that for our big show on Thursday. But why am I getting ahead of myself? It's Monday, and that can mean only one thing. It's Monday Mahoning Valley Pick 3's. That's right. Barry and I have gone through the Mahoning Valley card to find our perfect Pick 3 plays to celebrate the Mahoning Valley low takeout 15% Pick 3. So we're talking Monday, Mahoning Valley. That's the 24th of March, year of our Lord, 2025. Post time for the card is 12:15 Eastern, 11:15 a.m. God's time, 9:15 a.m. Pacific time. Alice Pacific Coast. We can play whichever Pick 3 we want, just as long as it makes that money. Barry, let's get into some past performances here. Because of how numbers work, you're going to be leading us off because you've got a Pick 3 that stretches from race 4 through race 6. So let's go ahead and jump off. Race 4, 8 furlongs, $7,500 non-winners of 3 lifetime claiming. Barry, what'd you do for race 4 in your Pick 3?
Yeah, I spread a little bit here, went 4 deep. I thought this race was kind of competitive. I'm going to use the one late night Lizzie, who's actually my top pick. And if you see this horse, the past performances, this horse hasn't been on the preferred surface and the preferred distance since June of last year. And then the time before that, this horse won at Churchill, $20,000 non-winners of 2, which I think fits perfectly in this spot. Hopefully this horse flies under the radar like I expect, and we get that 8-1 because I think I'm going to make a win bet on this horse as well. We're also going to use the 4 Hayek, kind of sort of for the same reasons, a little bit of a drop down here into this spot. There's scenarios where this horse can get to the front and not look back. So we're going to use Hayek. We're also going to use Island in the Stream. Similar reasons. I've been running with higher level horses back last year at Presque Isle Downs, 25,000, 12,000 condition claimers, now dropping in for 7,500. Had a race at this level last time. I thought the horse ran pretty good and should run better this time. So we're going to use the 6, and we're also going to use the 7 Elko. Should be kind of a closer in this spot, although this horse does have some versatility. I don't think they're going to be trying to gun it for the lead and might get a good trip just kind of stalking from the outside. Ran good last time at this level, this trip, so we'll give that one another shot.
I like Island in the Stream because I'm pretty certain that's a Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton song that they used for the sample in Ghetto Superstar.
There you go.
Islands in the stream, that is what we are. Yeah, dude. Fire old country song. I don't listen to much old country, but that's a fire old Dolly, man.
You're the DJ, I'm the rapper, right? Or is it the other way around?
I'll take the Jam Master J role. Let's go.
See, I want to be Jazzy Jeff.
You want to be Jazzy? You want to be Jazzy? Oh, okay. All right. You're too big to throw out the fucking front door. You're too big to throw out the front door. All right. Your next leg comes in race 5, 8 furlongs, $5,000. Ohio bred.
I was steep raised. You think I'm scared to catch a case on some bullshit?
We got a few Ohio bred races. That was the last one. But it's a claiming race. Barry, what you do in race 5?
Yeah, there's no surprises here. The top 2 choices look to be a cut above the rest of these horses. So we're going to use the 2, National Diamond, who would be my top pick. Unfortunately, I am chalk zone here. And Danza Magic, the 3. I really don't think anybody can get around these 2 horses. So I would just take either one of those and move on because it's not really exciting.
You might notice that I usually highlight in green. This one is in purple. Foreshadowing. All right. Barry, you wrap it up in race 6, which is 6 furlongs, $6,500. Non-winners of 2 something. I'm not here to read your fucking conditions. Ohio bred claiming. And Barry, how are you wrapping up the pick 3?
Again, the theme here is drop downs. There's a lot of them, but we're going to use the 2 Angel Wings, who was first time at the 5,000 non-winners of 1 level, and takes the foray into the 65 non-winners of 2 and 6 months level. Was claimed last time by an outfit that does very well with claims. So we're going to use that horse. We're going to use the 3 Lady Fortune. Same reasons, dropped down into this level last time. I'm not actually sure if this horse really liked the wet track or not. You know, this horse's her record indicates that she likes the fast track better than the muddy track. But if you look at her races at Mahoning Valley, the 2 at State Bred Open claimers, 10,000, she ran pretty good. Then gets back to the dirt or the traditional fast dirt, and she didn't run all that great. So I'm going to just put a line through that. She was bet down to 2-1 that time too. I'm just going to put a line through that last race and give her another shot in this one. And then our old friend Spice Ice. How could I not use this horse? She ran really, really good off the bench in January. Then in February, last time I think they got a little bit overzealous and put this horse in a race that she probably couldn't have won. Gets back to, everything with her friends, and I think she should be okay today.
Just wants to run with her friends. That's how Barry wraps up his pick 3. Barry, I've got a pick 3 too. We share some races, so the good news is that we can be double cashers, the ticket smashers on Tuesday, and I can break out the stunner shades. But real quick, before we get into my pick 3, you notice the fresh coat of paint. You notice all the furniture from Wayfair. You notice the fancy furs. That's because the Notorious OTB is partnered up with the new premier horse racing ADW Iron Bets. While most ADWs, they're shuttering their rewards programs, Iron Bets still going strong because they're the ADW built by horse players for horse players. Sign up and get a deposit match up to $300. Plus, take advantage of Iron Bets daily promos. Watch and wager on the best racing action at Iron Bets. Download the Iron Bets app and use promo code NOTB so they know that we sent you. That's Iron Bets in your app store, promo code NOTB. Don't forget to give the app a 5-star review in the app stores. So on to my pick 3. I found a string of 3 races that I liked that were spreads in the first 2 legs. to beat the morning line favorites. And in the third race, I'm ending it with a single to beat a 4-5 morning line favorite. I started off race 5, that 8 furlong, $5,000 Ohio bred claimer. I decided to go 3 wide with my ticket in this race in an effort to beat the number 2 National Diamond. I think this Nestor Rivera horse, National Diamond, will be the pace and be compromised by one of my horses in this race. And I expect National Diamond to be dueling in this one, and it opens it up for my 2 off-pace horses. My top pick is the 1 City Signs at 8-1. While hopefully the 4 Power Banker is softening up the favorite, number 2 National Diamond, my top pick, City Signs, should be saving all the ground in this 2-turn race and waiting for National Diamond and Power Banker to come back to the rest of the field. The trainer, Jabdil Castillo, has done fairly well. Castillo has done fairly well at this meet, and he pairs extremely well with his jockey, Victor Rodriguez. The big thing here is that the number 2, the favorite, looks like a wet track wonder. And while it's Mahoning Valley and we are always have the threat of a wet track, it's still a good reason to fade this chalk. And then I'm also going to use 2 other horses, the 3 Danza Magic. It's in purple. That means we got it in common. And the 4 Power Banker. Then we go into race 6. 6 furlongs, $6,500. Once again, non-winners to 2-something. Ohio bred claiming. I did not like the top 2 choices in this race. Instead, I opted to spread out with 4 horses to try to beat these 2 favorites in this leg. The chalk number 1, Tail of the Lion, looks pace compromised by the 7 Bay Magic, who I think will send early, along with the second choice on the morning line, number 10, Shake Your Skinny Legs. It leaves me throwing every off-pace horse I think is good enough to win this race at the problem. So my top pick is actually going to be the number 2, Angel Wings, who Barry and I have in common. Not especially adventurous, as this is the 3rd choice on the board, but I think this is one of the horses I think could get a trip. He has good figures on the fast dirt as well as wet dirt in case this comes up wet. And compared to the rest of the Mahoning Valley field, this one has actually been worked out this year. I think Angel Wings sits this mid-pack trip and wins this thing. I'm also going to use the 3 Lady Fortune, who Barry always used. This was almost my top pick, but it was also considered that this was just a wet track wonder. The 4 Twerk at 9-2 should be launching from the taint of a no man's land that is in between mid-pack and deep stretch running closers. And the 5, I'm with you on Spice Ice 8-1. I honestly think this one will leave itself too much to do late, but what part of every off-pace horse I liked did you not understand? I'm finishing it off now. Race 7, 8 furlongs, a $4,000 allowance. No big deal. And Barry, I'm single and I'm ready to mingle.
Yes, I'm single. I want to mingle.
You want to mingle?
Yeah.
I'm finishing this bitch off after spreading 3 deep and 4 deep with an ice cold single to close this shit out. The number 4, Tamborella, the number 5, Wildcat Dream, and the number 6, She's So Bearish, represent what feels like another hot pace in the front of this race. The 4-5 morning line favorite, number 2, Wick of Wisdom, likes to sit way off of competitive early paces. And I think you should get one here. And I think the Wick of Wisdom will then leave herself way too much to do late. So my single is actually going to be the number 3, Gormley Gal at 3-1. This is the horse that I want that should be sitting in an ideal position, unpressured and biding time until the 3 speed horses I named crap out. This is the horse that Wick of Wisdom will be trying to pass late, and I'm not sure she's good enough. Another thing to consider is how valuable is a pick 3 that doesn't end in Wick of Wisdom. I like this ticket so much, and I think it's structured the right way to press it multiple times. I'm going to play it for $3 likely. Rodney Faulkner and Nunez do some damage when they pair up. So that was my ticket ending in race 7. Barry, how do you feel about recapping picks? You almost made it the entire way without being muted. There you go.
Almost, because
almost made it.
StreamYard doesn't want to let me unmute.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
But,
yeah. I know them feels.
No, I'm not making excuses, but yeah, let's recap these picks. So race 4, we're going with 1, 4, 6, and 7. Race 5, 2, and 3. Race 6, the 2, 3, and 5. Then go get yourself something to drink. Then go stand in line. Then collect your cash.
There we go. Here is my pick 3 at Mahoning Valley that kicks off in race 5. It's race 5, 1, 3, 4. Race 6, the 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're bringing it home with the single. Race 7, the 3, Gormley Gal. It's $6 for 50 cents. It's $12 for one, $24 for two, $36 for three. I'm going to play for three for the full 36. I really like this ticket. I think I'm also brimming with confidence, Barry. So I think,
brim confidence. That's what we like to see and hear.
Yeah. By the way, my friend was nice enough to film my reaction to Tiztastic winning and Chunk of Gold getting second, who I was begging desperately to hold on.
Don't do it.
As that Brad Cox horse was coming charging. I was begging to hold on, and he took the video. It's pretty good. Yeah. Barry, that's going to do it for us here today at the Notorious OTB. You got any parting words for the people?
Yeah, man. Stay frosty, home.
Always stay frosty. Sit chilly, guys. That's going to do it for us here at the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. God's time. We'll be talking parks, long shots. We will see you then. We love you. Bye-bye.